Blessings to all. Welcome to our healing yoga class Fridays at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. Thank you for joining us, whether you're here with us or watching the recording. We have a group intention tonight. We have a group intention today of supplying oxygen to all cells, all tissues inside. So taking these deep breaths, filling up the lungs to the bottom lobes, expanding the chest and the ribs, bringing in as much oxygen as we can so that we can rejuvenate and have abundant life within, from cells to tissues. So we'll have that oxygenation of our blood be a group theme, as well as aura shield visualization. I know this is pretty etheric. We'll get into it in our Shavasana, but I will be mentioning it throughout class. Aura shield can be seen as this glow of protection, sheltering you, comforting you, semi-permeable, allowing in positivity, helping to defend against negativity. So we'll have those two things: oxygenation of the blood of all tissues and cells, and then aura shield development and visualization. We like to start harmonizing our group. So let's first start seated. I'm seated on my legs, but we can do cross-legged. You can be sitting on a chair, bed. Find a comfortable, stable seat wherever you are. Gently press down into your base. Allow that gentle pressure down to help you lengthen out through the crown. Let the arm bones fall heavy. Allow the shoulder blades to slide down the back body towards the glutes. Allow those arm bones to keep depressing. Keep them depressed, and then if you want, bring your hands to heart space, connecting to your inner vibration or inner essence. We will harmonize our group with 3 Oms and 3 Shantis. We've talked about the meaning of Om. The sound vibration starts from the root and works its way up to the head. So it's a journey from the ground, from our roots, up to spirit, the connection through our crown. That can be a part of your own journey if you'd like. I just like to give some intention behind it, if in case you don't have any background with oming. So that can be our intention, to come from the root up through the crown. We'll hold space for 3 Oms and 3 Shantis. Shanti meaning peace. Let's begin on the next exhale. You can chant with me internally or just listen. Shanti, 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 meaning peace, peace, peace to all. Blessings. Thank you for coming to our mindful healing yoga class. So now we'll start standing. Thanks for harmonizing. Mindfully pressing into your own legs, your arms. Let's come up to a standing position. We like to ground down through our Tadasana first. Within my healing yoga offerings, I'm always grounding before we take off anywhere. I truly believe we need to be as rooted as possible before we develop any of the upper chakras or upper body movement. So let's start with the feet. Right now, our roots. Lift the toes, spread the toes, grip the toes. Connect to where you're grounding down through the feet, through the toe mound, through the outer arch, the outer ridge, and through the heel. It's a crescent moon-like shape. from the toe mound to the heel. Gently press down into that and then lift up through the inner arch of your foot. Lift the kneecaps up. Engage these big thigh muscles and the big hamstring group muscles. Engage the glutes. Find this beautiful tree trunk foundation, stability from the feet up the knees, hips, and glutes. This is our lower body engagements. I'll refer to them as just lower body engagements, but meaning from feet to pelvis. You can rock back and forth, finding some neutrality between posterior and anterior movement. Find a neutral zone for yourself. Once you feel stable through lower body engagements, let's come to upper body. Thumbs spiral back to the back wall. Notice this lifting your heart space, spreading your collarbones. This is a gentle heart opener just right here. Let's talk about some alignment engagements here. Engage your pelvic floor up. Engage your navel towards your spine. Engage your chin down towards your throat. Reach out through the crown gate. Let's take 3 breaths here in this beautiful mountain Tadasana. Inhaling, opening up the front body. Exhales down the spine, down the back body to the feet. 2 more just like that. Inhaling, opening up from the front body, up to the head. Exhales, grounding you down the spine, down the back body. 1 more together like that. From our Tadasana, from the feet, inhale, open up the front body to the head. Exhale, down the spine, down the back body to the feet. If you have an intention, we talked about our group intention being oxygenation of the blood and aura shield visualization. You can go with that, or you can have your own personal goals you're working with. Connect to whatever your intention may be for practice. Inhale, reach up for that motivation, that intention, and exhale, pull this intention down through your whole neutral channel. 2 more, thumbs spiral out. Inhale, take up space, reach up to your intention, stretch up, and exhale, pull this intention down through your whole midline. Let's do 1 more together. Inhale, reach up. Motivation for practice. Oxygenation of the blood, aura shield visualization as a group. So once again, come to Tadasana. Let's engage energetically. Feel your pelvic floor get pulled up. Connect navel towards the spine, gently up to heart. Draw your chin down towards throat. Reach out through the crown. Inhale up the front body. Open the heart. Lift your collarbones. Exhale down the back body. Yay, I was thinking of you, Cindy. Blessings. We just started in our Tadasana. So here we are in our Tadasana. Just to repeat for any new people coming in, we have a group intention of oxygenation of the blood and visualizing our aura protection shield. We'll talk about it throughout class. Let's do 1 more time our group intention with ourselves all together, whether it's what I just said or if you have your own personal intention. Inhale, we're reaching back up, taking up space from our roots, lengthen high, and let an exhale pull your motivation and intention down through your whole center line. Beautiful. Stay in your Tadasana. Remember, we talked lower body engagements from the feet to the pelvis. We have this beautiful foundation, tree trunk foundation created in the lower body. Let's find alignment in the upper body. Inhale, bring your arms up to a T. Notice the shoulder blades coming together and down the back body here. We want the arm bones and the shoulder blades to depress as much as they can to allow space and freedom in the neck between the ears. Come out of this to rest your arms at any time. We'll be moving through different arm variations. From our T, keep rooted in your lower body engagement. Come to a V. Still depress the arm bones down. So I'll show what we don't want is this rounding. We want to get away from any of that and take our arm bones down into the socket, shoulder blades together and down. Reach out through your fingertips. Stay stabilized through the lower body. Inhale, H arms. Remember, take a break at any time. Inhale and exhale. Think of those energetic engagements we went over. Pelvic floor pulling up. Navel towards your spine and up to heart. And chin down to throat. Almost done with our arms here. Let's take our cactus arms, elbows in line with the shoulders. Feel those shoulder blades meet. Feel your heart space opening, the collarbones broadening. Inhale and exhale into the space in the chest. Stay rooted through your lower body. Push air current back with the palms. Last variation here. Inhale and exhale. This is internal rotation of the arm. Ooh, Tadasana, my arms are feeling it. Take a moment here, reflecting on sensation in the body. Stay rooted from the feet to the pelvis. Let's reach up for our intention and motivation for practice. Inhale, reach up high. Stay connected to your roots, connected to spirit up above now, and pull that down through your whole neutral spinal column. Beautiful. So keeping the feet now either hip width apart, feel free to rock back and forth between one and the other. Just feeling the movement, the wave-like sensation of the muscles, of the tissues, as you sway back and forth. Begin to find softer sways, subtler sways. Perfect. Begin to find even softer and subtler sways. And we're coming into a different pose. We're going to do those same arm movements though. So we're bending the legs, chair pose. Your feet can be as close as you want or as far as you want. So check in with that. Don't be stuck in one posture, especially if it doesn't feel right. We want to at all times listen to our own inner guide. Anything I'm offering, please listen to inner guide. In our healing yoga, I'm standing up for a moment. In our healing yoga, we aim to find our edge and then pause in the space right before the edge, not surpassing it. Let's come into Utkatasana chair pose together now. Bend into the knees. Lengthen through the spine. So we're sending our pelvis gently forward or anterior to lengthen down through the back body. Reach out through the crown. Inhale and exhale. Let's do our arm movement. Palms up, T. At any time, come to mountain or Tadasana if the legs are taking too much sensation. From the T, let's come to a V. We won't hold it as long here. Keep lengthening through the crown of your head, reaching your tailbone down to earth element. H with the arms. Inhale and exhale. Feel the shoulder blades come together and slide down the back body. W with the arms. Inhale and exhale. Remember, you could come out and come back and meet us at any time. We have one more. Push air current back. Palms go to the back wall. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, Tadasana. Woo. Whoo! Thumbs spiral back. Feel the fire element within. Let's hold space for some reflection of our group intention. Connect to deep breaths, long, slow, and steady by breathing in through the nose, filling the bottom lobes of our lungs, feeling the chest and ribs expand. And as much as you expand is as much as you exhale. Here the intention is we have long, deep breaths. We're cultivating and collecting oxygen to help send to all tissues, all cells, for rejuvenation, for abundant life within our body. Let's take 3 breaths with this intention, oxygenation of our blood. Breathing into the low lobes of the lungs, find your fullest expansion of the lungs. Let's take one more breath cycle like that together. All right, beautiful, guys. So now we'll come into chair again. Bend the knees, lengthen through the spine. Let's find a twist. Let's take our right hand to the outer right knee. Our left hand will pull back towards the left hip. Inhale and exhale. Our twist is originating from the root, from that pelvic floor that we keep talking about. Allow the twist to start from the root and come up to the heart. Inhale and exhale. Twisting heart and root open to the left space. Keep lengthening through the spine. Have your next inhale take this deep as you want to guide, and then your exhale reset. Tadasana. Straighten back up, reset for a moment. Connect to either the group intention or your personal intention, or both. Inhale, take up space, reach up for that motivation, and pull it down. Let's do the other side of our Utkatasana twist. Bend into the knees, chair pose. Lengthen from the tailbone to the spine, to the crown. The whole spine. Left hand to the outer right knee, right hand to the hip. Here we're twisting from our root to our heart to the right. Inhale and exhale. Keep allowing your pelvis to depress down and to keep lengthening through the spine as a whole. One more breath cycle here, opening up from root to heart to the right. Take your twist to its own depth, listening to inner guide, and then exhale back to Tadasana, mountain. Take your feet hip width or wider. We're coming in for a fold here. Inhale, reach up, stretch up, palms meet, and then reverse the palms out, bend the knees, deep swan dive all the way down. Take your feet as wide as feels good. Bending from the waist, your legs are staying engaged to support you. You're letting the upper body release. The lower back, the middle back, the upper back, softening. The neck, the head, the jaw, the tongue, softening. Your shoulders, your arms, softening. You're welcome to have arms grab elbows, hands grab elbows. Make prayer hands behind the head, or interlace hands up to the sky. 3 more breath cycles here. trying to tap into those long, deep breaths. We call them ujjayi breaths in Sanskrit, oxygenating the blood. Full, deep breaths here into the bottom lobes of the lungs. Excuse me. Bend your knees, hands to your hips. We're coming up to mountain. Lengthen through the crown. Use your bottom leg engagements to support you up to a nice stable mountain. Palms release. Inhale up all the way. Reach up. And exhale down through neutral center. Beautiful, everyone. Let's bring the feet as close together as you find comfortable. We'll try some balance here. So feet as close as comfortable for you, and visualize engagement through the right leg, from the feet up through the pelvis. From the visualization, begin engaging the muscles of the right leg. Left leg is on the move once you find that. Feel free to use a chair or a wall for support. When you're ready, engage left leg by pointing or flexing the foot, interlace the hands, and send that under the kneecap. We'll be here for a few breath cycles. Feel free to use a wall or prop to help support you. You can also just lift just the heel up. If you're working without props, just lifting the heel up and engaging that leg can be enough, and maybe you just hover the toes. So just showing where we could go with that. Let's hold space for 2 more breath cycles, and I fell out, so I'm going to mindfully come back in, and mindfully all together, we come out the way we all came in. Inhale, reach up to your motivation, and pull that down through your whole neutral column. Feet as comfortable together as you find soothing for your hips. Visualize standing on the left leg. From visualization, begin engaging the muscles from the feet up through the pelvis. Then right leg will be on the move. Remember, we can lift just the heel, maybe the toes. If you're interlacing, switch the interlace of the hands, connect underneath the kneecap. Point or flex the lifted leg for engagement to help you stabilize. Inhale and exhale here. Beautiful focus, beautiful concentration. Stay light, stay centered. One more inhale, acceptance. Exhale, surrender, right leg back down to earth. Take those feet to the width of the mat. We're coming in for another fold, even wider this time than your last one. So take your feet as wide as you'd like. Inhale, reach on up. Let your hands connect on up together. Reverse the palms, big swan dive again. Release, full upper body. Support yourself by the legs. Keep the legs engaged as you release the whole spine, neck, and head. I'm coming into to show a breath, but please stay where you are. So I offer in a few louder exhalations to help stimulate parasympathetic nervous system, our rest and digest. You can do horse breath, sounding and looking like. It sounds pretty funny, but it really does feel good and stimulate vagus nerve response, which helps us to rest and digest. You can also do lion's breath. Open mouth exhale, release the tongue, or even just a sigh. Take time with at least 1 or 2 open mouth exhales for yourself. From your fold, bend the knees deeper, hands to your hips. Lengthen out through the crown and come back up to a nice stable mountain pose when you're ready. Feet walk in together, thumbs spiral out. Inhale, stretch up. Keep yourself up here. Palms meet if they can. Inhale, maybe lift your heart space up to the sky. Pressing the shoulder blades together and up to the sky. The bend is in the upper spine, not in the lower spine. Support from the lower body engagement. And exhale, come down through neutral center. Beautiful, everyone. So now let's take our feet to the width of the mat. I like to lower down through a squat, but please find a nice supported lowering using your legs, arms, and any props if you're coming down with me. We're going to come prone, face down on the mat. So this is a squat pose, Malasana, taking the time to offer prayer and humbleness. Thank you, body. I am grateful. You can thank your body, thank your practice. And then we'll find our way through it, maybe a tabletop down to the earth. Come through a nice supported, I have carpet, so I have to adjust my mat. Find a nice supported lowering, bringing your elbows in, chest and chin and knees support all the way down. So we'll first come palms stack, elbows as wide as feels good. Release your forehead to the hand. Find 3 deep breaths here, allowing your ribs to press into the earth element beneath you. Find that you're expanding the chest. Allow this sensation to ground you. Feel the support of the earth element below. Know that this support is always here for you. It is always here to comfort and want the best for you, always. Know that this is always available. We'll come into a few variations here. Let's start with our arms alongside our body now, palms down. We'll focus on just lifting the upper body and we'll take it further coming up. So right now we'll gently press down through the creases of our ankles, the tops of our feet, the legs and the pelvis. Gently press down through the palms. Walk the fingertips towards the feet as much as they'll go, lengthening the arms. Allow your forehead to be down. On an inhale, press through that lower body, the arms, and then inhale, lift the chest. Keep lengthening through the neck. Reach out through the crown of your head. Lift your chest up by pressing down through the lower body. And then let's release. On an exhale, forehead down, or you can just take head to the side. At any time here, feel free to, let me show from the side. I'm giving my hips a little shake, releasing any buildup of tension or contraction from the muscle. So we'll take this, it's called Shalabhasana in Sanskrit, locust pose, into different variations. Let's try cactus arms. Remember, we do those arm alignments in the beginning, so pick one if you're working with one that feels best for your inner guide. Listen to that. I'm choosing cactus because I love it for my shoulders. So this time we're going to lift the legs. So instead of pressing down through the feet and legs, we'll still engage them, but have them be engaged in lift. Now we're balancing on our hip points and our pelvis. We'll lift arms and chest as well. Release to the mat, forehead down. Find your next inhale, lift. Try to find a balance that you're lifting your legs as much as you're lifting your arms and chest. Draw your chin in towards your throat, reach out through the top of your head, and then surrender. Palms stack, elbows wide. Release your forehead down to your palms. Any shaking of the hips or bending of the knees, you can crisscross or make these windshield wipers. We'll do another variation here. Let's take our arms out to a T now. Instead of cactus, they're out in a T. Again, we'll lift the legs, chest, head, and arms. On your next inhale, forehead down. Inhale. Lift yourself up in equilibrium, finding that you're lifting your legs as much as you're lifting chest. So if one is lower, lift that one a little higher and lower the other side. Trying to find a nice balance. One more time, inhale, lift your whole body from your pelvis. And then exhale, forehead down or head to the side. Take 3 deep breaths, expanding the bottom lobes of the lungs, sending oxygen to the blood, supplying life in abundance to all cells, all tissues within. So let's come to Sphinx now after this. We'll take our arms in columns in front of us. Look to have your wrists in line with your elbows, in line with the shoulders. Spread the fingers, press down through the lower body, press back into the elbows, and I'm kind of showing extravagantly just so you can see through the video, but you can see this movement, and it's just playing around with the engagements here. Find that you're gently pressing into the elbows to help you lengthen and lift through the chest and crown. Spread and open through the collarbones here. 2 weeks ago, we started these cervical movements. We went over them last week. Let's check in and see how they're doing. Flexion, drawing the chin towards the throat. Breathe into the back of the neck, please. Holding space and freedom into the back of the neck. Inhale, extension. Draw a line with the nose tip, come back through neutral, and then open the front of the throat. Please listen to inner guide. At all times, you're finding your own edge and then waiting in that pause right before the edge. So if you want to stay neutral, that's totally welcome. Some people might not feel good extending here. Wherever you are, breathe into the front of the neck. Intention. Let's find a rotation, drawing your nose to the left. Stretch through the right side of the neck. Inhale into the right side. Back through center. Neutral. Rotation to the right. Breathe into the left. Back through center. Here's the hardest one, lateral flexion. So notice you're trying to keep the nose centered now, no rotation, but bringing ear to shoulder. And it's usually the tightest, at least on me. Inhale and exhale to the right side. Neutral. lateral flexion other way. Now my ears to the right, but we're inhaling and exhaling through the left side. Back to neutral. Either come to forehead supported or our other variation, if this is comfortable for you, elbows underneath the head, hands alongside the cheeks, lengthen through the neck, look down. So you're either in this version of crocodile or the palms supporting you with your head down. Please take 3 breaths here, deep into the low lobes of the lungs, expanding the rib cage, collecting and cultivating oxygen in the blood, connecting to this oxygenation and circulation. Beautiful, yogis. So now we'll begin to move out of this pose here. Let's take our arms alongside of us, elbows alongside of us, curl the back toes. We're coming up through a table position to come into a different way. So coming up mindfully through a table, send your legs forward through the hands, and let's come supine. So I'll show you. Supported lowering. My legs are bent, my feet supported to the earth. Press down through the feet, and notice when I do that, I'm able to lengthen through my spine. Lower yourself nice and supported, lengthening through the spine. Let's ground the spine by bringing the knees together and the feet wide. Feel your tailbone through your head and crown grounded to the earth element. Stay here, breathing into hands on the chest and stomach if this feels grounding and stabilizing. If you feel grounded, let's do a pose here. Take the knees now to the width of the feet, bend the legs into the heart, and then send those legs up high to the sky. This is a great pose to use a wall with if you want. So just offering that, you could get your hips close to a wall space, like if this, imagining my hands a wall, and then spiral your own legs up and have the support. Just want to offer that for now or for later. It's a great pose to have in your toolkit. So we'll be here for 5 more breath cycles. Let the arms stay on your chest if this feels comforting, or spread them out to a T and take up space. Point the toes, dorsal flexion. Press through the heels, plantar flexion. Notice the different sensations happening in the legs. So we really stimulated our legs this morning in class. Now we have muscle engagement and warmth from all of those movements. So now the intention is we sent blood and oxygen there. Now we're sending anything that was heavy or a blockage that came up towards the heart so that the heart can send it through our system to eliminate it appropriately. So that's the intention of this reverse gravity for our legs. Let's take one more breath cycle here. Take a break at any time or use your legs against a wall for support. When you're ready, V out the legs to your limit. So now the legs are separating. Dorsiflex, point, push through the heels, plantar flex. Again, this is another great one along the wall to have in your toolkit, whether you're doing it now or for later. Group intention of anything that felt heavy or blocked in the legs that we stimulated is now being circulated towards the heart so that it can be eliminated appropriately. Last breath cycle here. Remember finding your edge. If this is not calling to you, please come back down with your feet to the mat. If you're feeling good here, engage those legs again and bring that abdomen engaging so that you can bring your legs together and then bend the knees. Nice, big, loving hug into your chest, squeezing your own legs inward. Find a nice, comforting roll and hug here on our earth element. Transitioning into a hip joint stretch and leg stretch. Take those feet, take the knees to the arm creases. So let the knees spread. Then let the feet rotate up to the sky. You're welcome to reach your fingertips to the outer ridges and gently pull those feet down with the knees coming down, opening the backs of the legs and the hip joints. 3 breath cycles. Feel free to rotate back and forth, a little rocking, or maybe straightening one feels good. I truly invite you to follow inner guide. We call it sahaja, finding natural movements, just moving with the inner flow of what you feel and expressing that externally. When you're ready, again, hug those knees into your chest. This time, keep the left in, extend the right. Take an inhale and exhale. Dispelling all breath on the exhale. You can do horse breath, open mouth, or lion's breath. Or just a sigh. Inhale, bring right knee back in, hug both knees in, and then switch. Left leg extends right in towards arm crease. Feel free to express open mouth exhale. Just showing a few different variations. Inhale, bring the legs back together. Let's rock and roll up to a seated. Actually, sorry, let's do a twist. I forgot. I really like twists here. So before we come on up, let's do a recline twist. Knees bent, send them over to the left. You're welcome to extend right leg if it feels good, or just keep them bent on one another. Inhale, opens right arm out to the side, gaze to the right. Recline twist, rest and release here. Engage your legs, engage your abdomen to bring your legs back to neutral. Remember that sahaja, natural movements. I like a little sway here, rocking from hip to hip. When you're ready, send the knees stacked towards the right. Again, you can lengthen the upper leg if it feels good. Just an offering. Extend left arm when you're ready. Rest and release in our reclined twist. Releasing all lingering tension, contraction, anything heavy. Releasing that right here and now. Engage your legs. Engage your abdomen to bring the legs back to neutrality. Whew. And then hug them in and feel free to rock and roll up to seated. Find a nice supportive way for you to get back upright. So we'll do one seated twist here. Let's take our right leg out in front of us, knee pointing forward. And now you can grab a hold of the left knee and foot. If you want, just lubricating that joint system and checking in with the mobility at the hip joint. Stay here if this feels good to inner guide. If you want, when you're ready, plant that foot on the outside of your right thigh bone. So I'm just adjusting. You can stay as wide as you need, but if you have it available, you can bring right foot towards your right sit bone and left foot as close in towards your other sit bone as it wants to come. So again, I've been practicing yoga for years, no judgments or comparisons to my form. We all have different bodies. Just finding a nice, comfortable position for yourself within this. It can look like this, I'm just showing what it may be. Totally welcome. Also use any of those blankets or pillows to help comfort yourself anytime throughout our healing yoga. So let's do a twist first to the left. We'll take our right arm into our left leg, hugging it in. So notice I could round, and intention is to hug in the leg so that I can lengthen through my spine. From the lengthening, twist to the left. Left hand spirals back behind you for support. Twisting from your root to your heart to the left. Coming from your kind, gentle, loving heart space, find that you're softening any contraction in the body. Inhale back through neutral center. Let's find a gentle counter. Right hand spirals back and we open up towards the right. Soften any tension, any contraction by breathing space to those heavy areas. Inhale through center. Let's release the legs. Bend the knees, feet to the earth. Find a nice soothing hug into the center. You may sway. We'll do this on the other side before Shavasana. So now we'll take our left leg, knee center down to the earth element. You may take a hold of the right knee and foot. Take time contemplating and listening to sensation in your left hip joint. When you're ready, you'll send that leg on the outside of the of the left femur or thigh bone. Take time adjusting. Remember, it might not look like this form, and that is a-okay because you are not this form. You are your own beautiful individual form. and I very much honor that. So from here, what we're going to do is get adjusted, and we'll come to our twist. Let's take our left arm to hug our own right leg in. Remember, intention of allowing this energy to lengthen through the spine. Right fingertips spiral back to support. Inhale and exhale. Twisting from your root to your heart to the right. Connecting to any vital force sensation within by softening. Breathing in to any contraction. Inhale, twist from your root and heart to the right, and then let an exhale reset. Let's find the counter. Open up heart space gently from the root to the heart, to the right, to the left. Beautiful. Inhale back to center. Dandasana, let's just lengthen through the legs as a reset pose. Press out through the toe mounds, hands along the hips. Get a nice stretch in your hamstrings, the backs of the legs here, by pressing out through the heels and toe mounds. Please engage your pelvic floor up, your navel to your spine and up to heart, and draw your chin down towards your throat. Reach out through the crown of your head. So from here, we'll come to a Shavasana for aura shield visualization. So bending the legs, you're welcome to do that supported length, pushing down through the feet to lengthen through the spine down to earth element. This is welcome and offered to you, just letting the legs out wide, planting the shoulder blades flat, let the arm bones out wide. If this is not comfortable, please keep the legs bent, knees support into one another, and feet wide. Stay either in this or the corpse pose. You're welcome to do this on the floor, on a bed, on a couch, anywhere you find soothing. Feel the earth element coming to greet all crevices, all muscles, all bones, and 100% supporting you. Know that this support and comfort is always here for you. Begin connecting to this warm glow of energy. It can be an egg-like shape around the body. It's said that this is the aura shield. You can feel this, you can visualize it, you can sense it through your senses, here and now, lying still in our Shavasana. The aura shield is a protection created by light vibration. It's semi-permeable, allowing in positivity, helping block negativity. The ozone of the planet is a similar correspondence to the aura shield. Please rest in this beautiful, divine, warm glow of protection, light, and love, allowing in positivity. begin to inhabit a balanced state between aura shield, energy body awareness, and physical body awareness. This may feel like it resides within the neutral spinal column, called the Sushumna in yoga. Please inhabit this neutrality, this equilibrium. Feel free to stay in Shavasana, connecting to the aura or this equilibrium. Or if you'd like to close class together, make your way to some gentle stretches and gently, lovingly guide yourself up to a seated position. Just as we start class with our group harmonization, we'll seal in the sacred healing yoga class by ending with that. Feel free to chant the Oms and Shantis with us, or listen, or chant internally. Root down through your base, reach out through the crown. Hands can be at heart to connect to inner essence and vibration. Let's start 3 Oms and 3 Shantis on the next exhale. Shanti, 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 meaning peace, peace, peace to all beings. You can bow to yourself, to each other, to all beings. Visualizations of anybody you'd like to send peace merits to. This is a great time. Thank you and blessings to all. Any comments or feedback are always welcome throughout class and definitely now.
Well, Michelle, just want to thank you again.
Thank you, Cindy. So good to see you.